Hello, this is Mimi, and welcome back to A Cup of English, a quiet place to think, feel, and practice English. In today's episode, we're not rushing, we're not correcting ourselves, we're simply listening and repeating. This is a story, but maybe in some parts it will feel like your own. When I pause, repeat after me. Take your time and let's begin. For a long time, I thought I was behind in life. Not in a dramatic way, just quietly behind. Everyone else seemed to know something I didn't. They knew where they were going. They spoke confidently. They made decisions without overthinking. Repeat after me. I thought I was behind in life. I compared myself constantly, not on purpose. It just happened. I compared my progress, my voice, and my choices. And no matter what I did, it never felt like enough. Repeat, it never felt like enough. One evening, I caught myself practicing conversations in my head. Things I would never actually say. Words I thought sounded smarter, more confident, more impressive. And suddenly, I stopped because I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't trying to communicate. I was trying to perform. Performing is exhausting. When you perform, you're never fully present. You're always watching yourself, correcting yourself, judging yourself. Now repeat slowly. Performing is exhausting. This is something many English learners experience. They don't struggle with understanding, they struggle with permission. Permission to sound human. Permission to pause. Permission to be imperfect. I asked myself a simple question that night. What if I spoke the way I actually think? Not the perfect version, not the polished version, just the honest one. Repeat. What if I spoke honestly? What if I spoke honestly? That question didn't change everything immediately, but it softened something inside me. Fluency is misunderstood. People think it's speed or accent or complex vocabulary. But real fluency is alignment. When your thoughts, your emotions, and your words are no longer fighting each other. Repeat, fluency is alignment. The moment I stopped trying to sound impressive, my English became clearer, not perfect, but real. I noticed my sentences became simpler, my pauses became natural, and strangely, people listened more. Because authenticity has a rhythm, and listeners can feel it. I remember a conversation that changed everything. I didn't use big words. I didn't speak fast. And I didn't correct myself. I just spoke. And when I finished, there was silence, a respectful silence. Then the other person said, "I like how you speak. It feels honest." Repeat after me. It feels honest. That sentence stayed with me longer than any compliment about my English. Language shapes identity. The way you speak slowly becomes the way you think. If you speak with fear, your thoughts shrink. If you speak with patience, your confidence grows quietly. This is why shadowing works. Not because you're copying words, but because you're borrowing calm. You're teaching your mouth that it's safe to speak. Now let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. I don't need to sound perfect. I need to sound real. My voice is enough, even when it's quiet. Feel the sentences. Don't rush them. If today's English felt different, that's a good sign. It means you weren't performing. You were present. Sometimes the pressure to be fluent doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the inside. We tell ourselves stories about how we should sound by now, how many words we should know, how fluent we should already be. Repeat after me. The pressure comes from inside. That pressure makes people rush. They speak faster than they think. They choose difficult words instead of clear ones. And then they wonder why English feels heavy. Fluency doesn't grow under pressure. It grows under permission. Permission to slow down, to repeat the same sentence 10 times, to sound like yourself, not like a textbook. When you remove pressure, your mind opens, your pronunciation softens, your confidence follows. There is a quiet moment in every language journey that no one talks about. It's the moment when English stops feeling foreign. Not because you know everything, but because you stop fighting it. Repeat after me. English stops feeling foreign. You stop translating every word in your head. You start trusting the rhythm. You allow pauses without panic. And suddenly, English becomes a place you can rest in. This is why we practice like this here. Not to impress, not to perform, but to feel at home in another language. Repeat slowly. I am allowed to feel at home. Every time you shadow a sentence, you're not copying a voice, you're building your own. One sentence at a time. Come back whenever you need a moment like this. A moment to breathe, to practice, to feel human in another language. This is Mimi, and this was A Cup of English.